Hello, my name is George. I love to collect, repair, and yeah, just basically collect Exakta and Exakta cameras. I get straight to the point. Basically, we want to clean this up because it has a couple of spots here, like you can see over this side. This should be relatively easy to clean up. Gonna polish it, so we have to definitely open the camera. We have here some on the front too. It's a little bit difficult to see, but around this side, around here, we have problems with the leather. We have some other issues over here, like rust, where you attach your strap. And the only thing we cannot fix is basically the back side, because I don't have replacement leather, and in general, I don't replace leather. I think those cameras, we should keep them as original as possible, and you basically just you're okay to clean them up, to repair them, but I wouldn't go as far as replacing any original parts like the leather. So that's an EXA. That's an Ihagee EXA. It's one of the first. It's actually the first model with the 4 flash sync sockets, which was released about in the 60s. And before we even start fixing this up, something you gotta be very careful about when dealing with those cameras, not just the EXAs but also Exakta cameras, is that this is basically chrome plated brass. So if you, let's say, if you use normal sandpaper like this one, you will be basically getting the chrome layer off, and then you end up with something like this. I bought this just for the body, but you can see this yellowish tints over here at the logo, and that's basically the brass. So somebody over polished this or over sanded it. There's some sanding marks over here. There's some screws missing too. It's a very bad piece of camera. But yeah, as you can see, the golden tint here and there, and there's no way to fix that after you do it. So you gotta be extremely careful. And that's why I usually use those two here. They're for watches, basically for watchmakers. They're like watch polish, whatever it's called. But it's basically a 5,000 grit sandpaper on this side and a 10,000 grit sandpaper on that side, which is super soft and won't damage the camera or won't lead to some brass sticking out if we're careful. So, but everything in place. Okay, let's pop this open. Let's see. I think we could get this back off. Oh no, we couldn't. There's no removable back one. So let's start first with the front plate. So we could eventually clean it up like this, but I always like to open them up and just to make sure everything is perfect. When dealing with those screws, be careful. Don't apply too much pressure to them, because usually they have been sitting around for like 60, 70 years, and if somebody before you didn't open them up, you could break them, and if you break them, well, you can't get the top plate off. So try your best not to apply too much pressure on them. So you have 2 on the top, they're a little bit bigger, then you have those smaller ones, 4 of them. They're holding down the plate. You can group them together so you know which one goes where, but basically those 4 screws here are all the same. Oh, this light sucks, I'm sorry. There you go, 2 more. It's not a perfect camera, this one, like this, it's a good camera, but this body is not perfect, obviously, but I still like to collect them. If I see one at a good price for like 20-30 euros or even a little more, I think it's perfect, because you can You can still take it out, you can take it out, you can take photos with it, and instead of having like very perfect cameras just sitting in your vitrine and they're basically doing nothing, I think it's great to actually take those cameras out and to shoot with them. I like doing that. Okay, 4 small screws done. Now we have 4 bigger ones which are holding the bayonet. Those also it's a little bit longer, so it's very easy to remember which screw goes where. There you go, 2 more. Oops. Obviously, when dealing with screwdrivers, be careful not to scratch the things you want to fix. Those screws are usually not magnetic, so you have to use your fingers or tweezers or whatever fits you best. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's the bayonet. Let's keep it here. I usually put those screws inside so I know they go here, or like with every part I'm dealing with. And then we have the front plate, which is this one. Let's start with this one first. I like to do it step by step. I don't know if this actually can be seen on the camera, but we have a lot of dirt spots. We have a little bit of yellowing here, but I think it's just dirt, or at least I hope so. So the first thing I'm gonna do is apply some 70% alcohol. It's basically just alcohol, isopropyl. What is it called? Isopropyl? Whatever it is, alcohol. To a cotton swab, and then I just go over it. Usually that solves like 99% of the cases. This is solving all the issues, and we don't even have to use sandpaper or polishing paste. And I think in this case, I mean, look how dirty this is. So it's basically just dirt. Let's get this part here too. This one seems very dirty. I hope I'm in focus because I'm using a manual camera, manual focus. Everything is manual here. Let's see if we can get this one. Oh yeah, okay, it's working. So actually we got a little lucky. So basically, try with alcohol first. Again, in most of the cases, this will be enough. Yeah, there are some scratches here, but gosh, my light is really bad. Yeah, there you can see the scratch. But those are simple. Those are little things. I mean, I don't care about it. I don't think anybody, unless you really want to collect it, cares about that. Let's see. Okay, this looks okay. Still a little bit. It's still not perfect, but it's coming off. Just be patient. Again, this has been accumulating. This whole dirt has been accumulating for probably 50, 60, 70 years, 80 years. So you just gotta be patient. And I know it's not the most exciting video of somebody scrubbing some metal with a cotton stick, but that's how it's done. A lot of people know I'm collecting those cameras. They want me to make a video of how they clean them up, fix them up, and there's gonna be more exciting stuff later. Don't worry. Okay, I think we can call it a day. All right, get some little polishing cloth and see where we're at. So we still have some spots here. They're probably not going to be visible on camera, but I can see some places which need a little bit of touch up. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna take this 5000 grit sight, but before I do, I'm going to, because it's still a little bit too heavy, and I'm afraid that I'm going to damage the part. So I'm going to take something else from metal and basically just use it up a little bit. Okay, there you go. So use it up a little bit. I have a C-stand right next to me. It's not so gritty anymore. It's much softer. So with this softer thing, we're just going to carefully, very carefully, just touch it up like this. Do not apply too much pressure on it. If you apply too much pressure on it, especially at the corners here or here or here or here, it will get yellow in no time. And the problem is, once it becomes yellow, there's no way to recover it, and you're basically losing a very good front plate, because this front plate is actually pretty good, I think. I think except this little scratch over here and those other small scratches, it's actually in a very, very good condition. So it doesn't really matter if you make circular movements or whatever, just be very gentle and be very, very patient. Like, you're probably not even seeing the spots I'm trying to figure out right now, but they get better and better. You can brush over the lettering, it's perfectly fine. Don't worry if the paint here comes off, there are ways to get the paint back. I'm going to make a different video on that. This one here we cannot save. I don't know if this is even visible. Gosh, where's my lens? There you go. That's unsavable, unfortunately, so there's still some little stuff. But it already looks so much better than it was when we just opened the camera up. Again, careful here at those rims, because it's very easy to get yellow, especially if you don't work in daylight. You can really like over polish it and not even realize it. But I think, no, this one needs a little bit more. Because those cameras were cheap. I mean, they were basically the answer to the Exakta. Like, because the Exakta was sold quite expensive. Like, somebody living in East Berlin back in the time, I think the price of the Exakta Varex was about 10 monthly salaries of somebody living in the GDR, right? So there was absolutely no way a normal person could afford a Exakta. So what they did is basically offer this EXA at a lower price, so that, you know, more people can afford shooting the Ihagee system back in the day. Oh, this is looking very good. So they launched the EXA, obviously only with a shutter speed of up to 150. Yeah, for the budget option. All right, this is almost perfect. Like, we can't get rid of those scratches, but everything else, all the dirt has come up, and it looks much better. What we're gonna do now is again take some alcohol, go over it, just clean up the residue if there is any. Okay. Clean up the residue. See how dirty that is? There's still a lot of residue left. Okay. And now we're gonna take some cotton ball. Again, soak it a little bit in alcohol. There you go. And just, God, I always forget where the camera is. Let's go over it. Beautiful. Make sure that little thing here, you also clean it up. Okay, great. Get some tissue, dry it up. And then we go with this very fine grit. We just gotta go over it, just to make it shine a little bit more. It's not a very heavy polishing. It's just a little bit, just to give it this little pop, if you will. It's unnecessary, but I like doing it. I just like my things to be clean and beautiful. It's my first video. Don't be too hard on me on the comments. All right. Okay, there you go. Let's get the logo too. Yeah, beautiful. And be careful because you can bend this one pretty easily. It's just a very thin brass layer. And there you go. So this one, oh yeah, gotta take this one too. This one is done. This was the easiest part, right? There you go. I think it looks perfect, you know, apart from those little scratches here and here, but honestly, much better than it was. Again, get a little tissue, throw it over. Okay, this one is done. Now we go to the fun part. So in order to actually clean up this mess over here that you can see, or not see, I don't know. This mess over here, we gotta polish those ones. So basically we have to open up the camera, okay? This camera is very easy. You see those little levers. This is the shutter winder, and this is the spool reverse winder. Each one has a little screw over here. What I would suggest is to remember which one is the winder, which one is the one for the spool. They're the same, but you know, still to keep everything original. Don't want to mess up anything. And again, be careful with those screws. Sometimes they stick a lot. And there you go. One placed on the left. This one probably goes in, I think. I haven't disassembled a camera like this in like 2 or 3 years, so I forgot. But I think this one is gonna pop out. Yep, this one is gonna pop out. So in order to remember, just place this on top. There you go. I put it here. And we have the winder. Some people like to wind the camera and then disassemble it, but I do like to actually have it unwinded and then disassemble it. It doesn't really matter. Okay, this screw is a little rusty, so you're gonna try to clean this one too. There you go. Okay, this one doesn't go in, this is the shutter, right? Let's start with the left one first. I think now you can actually see much better how bad this one looks like. On top of this, the mirror here is in a very bad situation too. I have no idea who thought it was a great idea to, I don't know what they cleaned this with, but this looks very bad. So it's gonna be a little tough to use this camera, but nevertheless, we still gonna save it. Be careful with those screws. I know I'm saying all the time, be careful with the screws, be careful with the screws, but you really have to be careful with the screws. They do break. Those here are very short. So what I usually do is I screw them off, then tilt the camera, let them fall down, group them, put them somewhere I remember, and then you lift this up, and there you go. Let's take this one here first. I think this is gonna be a very easy job. Again, just like with the front, get some alcohol and see what we can remove with the alcohol. I think this is going to be a little bit trickier. Oh no, it's actually, there you go. Just be careful with the alcohol. Like obviously, don't put it on the leather, because it dissolves paint, right? So if you take like 75% I think it's isopropyl or whatever it's called, like medicine grade alcohol, it's going to dissolve paint. So be careful with painted stuff, but at least from my experience with Exakta and with EXAs, you're pretty safe, except the leather. Like don't put it on the leather, because it will become very, you're just gonna destroy the leather, okay? So this one here is a little tough, but I already cleaned up this part in the middle, but I think it's gonna need some sandpaper action. Again, dirt, a lot of dirt. Some people, I guess, or I tried to, they prefer to actually sand it first and then clean it up. But I just don't want to, like each time you sand something, even if you use those those watchmaker sandpapers. You're risking destroying the metal, and I just think it's, I mean, there are not so many cameras available. They're not like cheap anymore. Like back in the day, you could get one like for 5 to 10 euros at a, I was called in English, Flohmarkt, like at a, those places where people sell cheap stuff at Sundays. My English is really a little bad. So anyway, you could get them for very cheap, but nowadays they go up to like $100, $150 with a good lens. So it's, I think if you, just don't risk it. Why? Okay, this one's gonna need a little bit more work. There's still some little stuff here left. So again, what we're gonna do is take the sides and just in circular motion. This one becomes yellow too. This one is brass too. It's again chrome plated brass. Chrome plated brass. There you go. So let's see if we can fix this one here too. You can see the difference actually from here to here, hopefully. It's really making a very, very big difference. But again, careful, don't over polish it, don't over sand it. There's this little thing here, I don't know if this is dirt or if it's... Anyway, I don't know why I want to start my video with a cleanup video. Probably because I think yesterday, the day before yesterday, I watched somebody doing the same thing with a... I don't know, I got a Yashica Electro just for fun. And he was disassembling the whole camera and just cleaning it. It was so... It was so relaxing to watch this guy just clean the camera, bring it back to life. So I thought, okay, it's something I do anyway. The camera just arrived today, and I had to do it anyway. So why not do a video? Maybe one person is going to appreciate it. So we'll see. Okay, this one is looking much better. Look how not just shining, but also it's reflecting light in a different way after you clean it up, polish it up, and it looks so much better. Let's do a little comparison. I have no idea if this is going to come out the right way, but I hope it's going to be visible, the difference. There you go. Since we opened this up anyway, I mean the camera is okay. It's a little stuck. The shutter is not, the lever is not the best one, but I think we're not going to COA it in this video. We're gonna keep this for another video. But at least we can do is just take one of those and just try to get some dirt out. Be very careful with this part over here. This is plastic, it's not chrome. So if you're not careful enough, you're actually gonna break this, and this is basically attaching to this screw over here. Careful with those parts. On Exaktas too, it's always plastic. I have no idea why, but they make it out of plastic. Okay, clean this one up. Do not put some oil here. Don't even think about it. Wait for the COA video. We're gonna open it up, and those cameras are super easy to repair. Like basically, you can buy them. If you see a camera like this with a stuck shutter or any other problem that doesn't work or not in working condition, buy it, because you can always fix them by yourself. It's super easy. As long as you have a screwdriver, some patience, and maybe one of my videos, you're gonna be able to fix it by yourself. I've been repairing those for a decade almost, and it's super easy. Okay, done. Something we're also gonna do is this part here and this part here. It's very It's very dirty and we have to polish it. The good thing is that, actually let's do it right now. Let's try to get actually some of the dirt off. The good thing about this paint here is that they applied 2 to 3 layers back in the day because they knew that this will be used a lot. So that means that when cleaning or when we sand it, it's pretty safe to sand, to polish up, and whatever. Let's actually just go over the whole camera and just see what we are dealing with, because some places there's dirt, at other places it's scratches. I think this part here is okay. Over here, yeah, we're gonna polish this up. And then we have this part here too. I think on this one here you can go crazy. This is no brass. This is just aluminum, I think. But this is just normal metal. You can go crazy on this, meaning that you can just, you know, polish it up. The same goes with this part over here. You can polish those too without any. This will not become golden. This one is dangerous. This is again chrome plated. I don't think it's brass. It's something different. It's plasticky. So be careful with this part when you polish it, and also be careful with this part here. But everything else is okay. Yeah, we have some paint chips here and here, but it's okay. It's a 50, 60-year-old camera, 70-year-old, gosh, 1960s, 40 years, 20 years, all right, 65 years, more or less. And I know I just mentioned don't put alcohol on the leather, but you know, you see the leather here, it's basically, it doesn't really matter anymore. The leather is toast anyway, so I'm not going to be like super careful with this camera. I'm just gonna clean it up with some alcohol and see what we're working with. There you go. All right. I guess let's fix this part here first. Obviously, we're not going to fix the mirror because it's way too scratched. There's no way of fixing it instead of like replacing it, which I'm not gonna do. So let's get this one here first. Actually, let's put this back together first. There you go. Beautiful. Let's take this one. If you put it back together, we gotta clean the inside too, don't worry. This one goes down. Where's the camera? This one goes down. It goes inside here. Okay. Take this, put it back. There you go. But we're gonna clean this first. So let's first attach this here. With those screws, instead of using a tweezer or so, you just try to place them around that hole. And what I do is just, you know, they kind of go in by themselves. Make sure they're parallel. If they're not, you risk of breaking them, and don't tighten them up too much because again they will break, trust me. I've broken so many of those screws. Just tighten it up a little bit, don't be, you know, don't force it. Enough. Perfect. This looks really good. Let's see what we can do with this one. Okay, so in order to clean those guys up, get some warm water, get some baking soda. Okay, put some baking soda inside. Just be generous. Gosh, let's try this one more time. There you go. Well, be a little more generous. There you go. Okay. And some salt. Okay. Get some salt. Again, be generous. Get a toothbrush. preferably a new one. Mix it up a little bit, and we're just gonna start brushing those parts over here with the liquid, and then we're gonna let it get some of this goo on your toothbrush, and then basically use it. Okay, if you don't get this on, you're not doing anything. As you can see or not, it's cleaning it up already, and it's creating a mess on my table. So just do that for this one, and we're gonna do the same for the other one. Just make sure you have this goo, like this white paste basically on it, and just brush it. I know it's not the most pleasant thing to do, but obviously wear gloves if you want to. Okay, and then let's soak it in, put it in. You can also use your fingers to basically take the paste which is inside and just, you know, take this one too. Don't let it soak for too much, otherwise it will get rusty. But soak it in for like until we finish the other parts of the camera. They should be done. All right, let's clean up this mess. Okay, now let's fix this one over here. Again, 2 screws on this side too. Start with the first one. It's the first one, and then the second one. Again, they're the same size, so don't worry about it. I forgot if we have to remove this or not. I think we had to. That's the frame counter. So you gotta remove this one too. So it's the screw. Of course, this is gonna happen when I take a video. There you go. So 1 screw, and then this part here. No, it's not going off. And then slowly from here, lift the piece. Okay, we're gonna clean this one up too, but first let's focus on this. And again, as usual, take a cotton swab, apply some alcohol, and go over it. Yeah, I think this one is savable too. We have some little issues over here, but we'll see. Maybe with the sanding later we can get them off. A lot of scratches over there. But again, just cleaning it up, even if you don't use sandpaper, polishing. It still looks much better than before. Like look at those dirts here. Just go over them. It's so satisfying to just clean this up. I don't know, maybe I'm just a weirdo, but I think it's super satisfying to clean up a camera, especially after like 50 or 60 years. Just give it a new life, if you will. Okay. Good. Let's take our old cotton ball, go over it. Oh, great, my camera is overheating. Alright. Let's... Well, I know what we're gonna do. Okay. Let's clean this one up. It looks okay. But let's still go over it with some sanding, and let's see if we can get those little blemishes out. We should get them out. There you go. Perfect. But again, those little scratches over here, there's absolutely no way to get them out, so I'm gonna live with them. As you can see, I'm using only this part. Don't use this part, okay? Or you'll end up with a fake gold plate. Okay, much better. Then we're gonna use the white part to just polish it up a little bit. You can apply more pressure when using 10,000 grit sandpaper. There's nothing that can go wrong at this point. Okay, great. This part is done. Now let's focus on this wheel. I forgot. Can you actually take this? Yeah, I think we could take this out, but we don't really have to. Let me just get in position. Okay. Let me just get this one and just use the alcohol to clean this up. It should be enough. As you can see, it's already getting so much better. Like look at the difference between those two sides. So let's just use the cotton swab. I think it's perfectly enough. We don't have to disassemble it. Later when assembling, make sure that this part here is locked on this yeah, on this frame counter. I'll explain later. Get the fresh one. Go over it one more time. Perfect. Okay. There's no need to use the sandpaper here, I guess, because you're only seeing a small portion of it anyway, and it's already pretty good. Again, as you can see, there's a lot of dirt in the camera here, so you can just take your cotton swab and just gently brush it off. But again, we will open the same camera again at a later time and do a proper COA. This is something you can do just to clean up the there you go. Okay. Make sure it doesn't go out. Okay. There's lots of goo inside. And this camera, it does need a proper COA. But not today. Today I just want to focus on the outside. Okay, this is done. Let's put this back together. Again, make sure that this part over here is just touching this frame counter. Otherwise, when you wind the shutter later, it's not going to wind the this wheel over here. So let's put this back together. There you go. Beautiful. Okay. And first get this screw. Let's see if we can actually fix this screw. So this screw is also a little dated. So let's just gently, again with this part, go over it and try to give it some life. There you go. Beautiful. Very, very gently. Don't apply any pressure. And just take your time to make it shine. Okay, now with the white one, polish it up. There you go. Looks like a brand new screw. Let's put it in. Use your screwdriver. Okay. Get those small screws back in. 1, 2. And we should do the same with those screws, but they're just too flimsy and honestly nobody would even realize. There you go. Okay, looks definitely much better than in the beginning. So what we're gonna do now is solve this problem over here, where we have this yellowing from the old glue and a lot of spots, which is normal for this type of metal. It just gets like this over time. For this metal in particular, you can actually use the rough side. It's perfectly okay. Just make sure you're not touching the leather too much, and just go over it. And I think the difference between this and this, and hopefully you can see it on camera, is night and day. This really makes the camera shine and look new again. I mean, if the leather was okay, then it would look new again, but now you have a shiny camera with some shitty leather, but it is what it is. Let's get this part here too. Okay. Again, if you want to have it only matte like this, which is actually the original, it was never shiny in its original way. So just use the 5000 grit. If you want to make it shiny, then also use the 10,000 grit. That will get a little bit shinier. But if you want to keep it like 100% original, don't polish, don't over polish it. Just use like 5000 grit. It should be enough. Don't worry about this part over here. If you know that this is going to be okay, we're gonna take care of it too. Get the sides too. And yeah, beautiful. Let's make sure it's clean. You could either clean it with alcohol or just clean it with this one. It's the same thing. Okay, this is done. Now the trickier part will be, let's start with the bottom actually, because I think the bottom is a little bit trickier. So it's gonna be tricky like this, but let's try. There's some residue here I wanna get rid of. Don't touch the leather. I'm keeping it very horizontal, right? So don't touch the leather. Just touch only this part over here. It's a little offset, so there's no way you will touch the leather. Or if you're very careful, or if you're too paranoid, just stick something on the leather to protect it. But in general, if you're careful, there won't be any issue. And there are a couple of scratches and dents, but we just want to get the spots off from the aging, from the metal, and it's perfect. Let's switch it to this side. Okay, nice and shiny. Let's do the same over here. It's gonna be a little bit trickier over here because you also have this black part and you have to kind of like squeeze it inside. Just don't push too much, just be careful to not damage the leather any further. And even if you, as you can see, we already got a little bit on the black part, it's perfectly fine. We're gonna polish it and it's gonna be this shiny black again after we take it with this 10,000 grit, so don't worry about that. I'm gonna focus on the metal first. Don't worry about the black part later. That's a tricky thing here. I don't know if you can get this out. Now in this case, you're gonna get a scissor Let's cut this off. There you go. So we can focus on this part here. Let's see if we can get rid of this little spot. I have no idea if actually somebody can see it, but I can, so it pisses me off. No, we can't. That's a dent. It's okay. Now we're gonna get this corner here. Again, be careful and be patient. And back to this part. Okay, great. Then we're gonna check those here. They look a little rusty. Just go over them in a circular motion. Make them shine. There you go. Do the same on this side. Then on the outside. This is not brass, so you don't need to be careful with it. It's just normal metal. You cannot over polish it. Okay, cool. Let's move on to the other side. Can you actually see a difference between this and this? I sincerely hope so. Let's give it a little polish here. This black one is not done yet. We're gonna get back to it later. Let's just first finish the. Oh, this letter is already. Oh boy, yeah, great. So, yeah. Anyway, get this one here. There's some leather residue. Like if the leather was like 100% perfect, I would actually peel it off, clean it up, apply new glue and then glue it back together, but this leather here is just too brittle. I mean, look at this. This is this completely falling apart, and I think it's a couple of layers. It's maybe not even real leather, I don't know. So we're not going to do that. That's why we're sticking to the metal for now. There's this small part here which is very difficult to get. I gotta be careful. We also want to polish those a little bit. Again, don't over polish them. Use already something which is like black like this. Just go over them slightly. Then I'm gonna use this white thing. Now we can press so we get all the. There you go. Look how they changed their color. Not the color, but they just started to show some life. Okay. This part over here, I don't know. I mean, it's just now we already. Let's fix this here. Try to get in here. Let's see if we can scrub all this dirt off. Oh, there you go. Perfect. You gotta push here a little bit more. And while we're at it, we can just go over this part here too. It's not going to be visible or whatever, but since you're cleaning it up anyway, why not do a proper job? There you go. Gotta take a new one. They do them in squares too, so sometimes they use a square just for difficult parts like this. There you go. Okay. Now we have this part over here, which is a little bit more tricky. Just gonna use a corner and just gently apply some pressure. Okay, and as I mentioned in the beginning, you gotta be careful with this particular part over here. So you're gonna skip it for now, probably. Let's first fix this one. There's still some little spots left, I can see. Let's try to get them out. Okay. Perfect. Clean it up with the white side. We're gonna properly clean it later anyway. I mean, my whole fingers are black, so we're gonna clean the whole camera. Maybe we can clean up this yellowish tint here too. There you go, perfect. And this has also some issues here, so we're gonna try to get them like this. Great. Now the shutter button could also use some polishing. Make the shutter button great again. There you go. Okay. Cool. And last but not least, we have this part over here. Let's see if we can cut up. Cut this like this. And move on it. You can already see the glue sticking out. It becomes red. It's messy. But unfortunately, again, if you want to fix that, you have to remove the leather, and which is just too dangerous on those cameras. If the leather is so brittle, I wouldn't do it. You risk ending up with a camera without leather, which especially with this type of, like this first type of EXA 1 cameras is bad, because you can't, even if you want to replace the leather, you can't get the same pattern anymore. So you're gonna be stuck either with a custom camera or with a naked camera. I think it's good enough. Then we have some dirt over here at the top. Again, you gotta be super patient to do this. I mean, if you don't have like 2 hours to just clean, then don't even start it. I guess that's why many people are just listing them like this, and then they end up in my hands and I clean them up. Then I either use them, collect them, or resell them at a higher price. Oh, this one is very dirty on the inside. We cannot really go inside there. Let's see what we can do on the outside. Oh, much better, okay. Okay, I think this is almost done. We have some little part left over here. I'll try to, it's a very, very bad spot. Ah, it's very difficult to catch. Yeah, I forgot about this. We don't have this problem on the other side because we have the shutter here, so it's much easier to access. But this little spot over there is a little tricky. Let's try it like this. I'm shooting in 4K. I'll try to zoom in on the important parts if I can, so you can actually see what's going on. Again, it's my first video on YouTube, so bear with me. Okay, now let's go over this black part here. Make it look matte. Okay, that's basically the first layer we're working on right now. After it's a little bit matte like this, because it's usually very scratched and we have issues. There you go. And then we just take the white part and press hard go over it, and it gets shiny again, but it's cleaner now than it was before, especially after we go over with some alcohol later. It's gonna get really beautiful, just like this. We have something over here, I don't know what this is, but we can't remove it. I guess it's some glue residue or something, or just a scratch actually, so we can't remove this. But again, this side, the difference. Let's do the same on this side here too. I think we already worked on this actually. You can skip this part too, but I like to, like if I'm cleaning something, I like to get everything. Ah, there you go. Almost as new. All right, now we have everything done. Let's go over it again with this cotton pad that we soaked into alcohol. As I mentioned, I don't really care about this leather here anymore because it's fucked anyway, so I just go over everything. Might even go over the leather just to clean up some dirt which is there. I should have done this with a clean cotton pad, but yeah. Let's get this one. Oh yeah, I think it looks much more beautiful now. Hopefully I can see a difference. Again, now we continue. As you can see, actually here is, I guess this slide is pretty good to tell you. That's the normal metal, and this is the chrome on metal. So if you do this, be careful, this is going to get very yellow. Like this whole part here, this is going to get yellowish if you over polish it. This part over here is going to be okay, all right, because this is only normal metal. So in order to finish the camera, we just gonna take this here. And I think from this angle, you can actually see the exact effect we are achieving, comparing this part over here, for example, to this part over there, right? So let's just finish this up. Gosh, I'm getting out of, oh, there you go. Those ones here are very cheap. They're like 20 cents or even less depending on where you buy them. I'll try to find them and just put a link in the description if I don't forget. Okay, we're gonna reattach this leather a little bit later. I'm gonna find some glue and reattach it. Yeah, that's the only issue with this older generation of the EXA one, that the leather is very, very brittle and it comes off. All right, let's have a look at the back side. So we can do the same. We can do the same thing on the back side too. So basically, we're gonna go over this black part here and polish it up a little bit. I guess I can just use this one. And soften it up. Matten it up, actually. Again, we're only doing this in order to get rid of some scratches or whatever. It's not going to fix those things, obviously. I mean, you would have to repaint it, which is a big no-no if you're collecting cameras. So please don't even think about it. Let's polish it up. I think the only thing which I would repaint as a collector is leather. Like if you can take specialized leather care. It's like paint, but it's also like helping the leather becoming waterproof and so on and so forth. So you can use this to fix up some leather, but this leather is unfixable because obviously it has already, you can see the metal behind the leather, so I wouldn't waste any time on this. I don't think I would spend time on this part here too, because it's just, yeah, you might be able to clean this up and make it like 100% like a mirror, like a reflective thing. But at the end of the day, given that the leather is already, that leather looks like shit basically, why would you? I don't know. But let's do it anyway, since we're here anyway, so why not do it? So let's try to scratch this off. I think with this light you can actually see exactly the grit of the sandpaper, how deep it's actually getting. Even though it's a 5000 grit sandpaper, so you really have to be very careful. I don't think we can get rid of those things here. I have no idea if this is glue residue or something else. Let's get some alcohol. And oops, oh shit, yeah. I knew this will happen, and yeah, that's my first YouTube video, of course. Great, George, you drowned your camera in alcohol. Well, since we already did that, the only thing we can do now is just at least clean the leather with some alcohol, which is absolutely against my former advice, but yeah, just clean up the glue a little bit. This leather is toast anyway. But what I was about to do is just clean up this back plate from this red glue residue. And by doing that, we destroyed this little piece here. Anyway, it's okay. Let's clean this one here up. And I think we're almost done with this camera. You could go a little, we could do a little bit on this, but again you have to be very careful by polishing this backside because it's chrome. So be gentle. Let's see if this is going to work. Yeah, it's scratching it up. But again, don't overdo it because you end up with a scratched off chrome. There's some residue here too. Might want to take this one again. Might need a thinner strip. I promised myself no matter how bad this video is, I'm gonna upload it. Of course, I did videos like this probably like 4 times, and I'm just like, each time I'm watching it, I'm like, no fucking way I'm going to upload it. Like, well, what the hell are you even talking about all the time? Just do a proper normal video. Nope. And see, in this video too, we drowned the camera in alcohol, so I mean, there's always something happening. In this part, careful, okay? You can use a normal part, but just apply very, very little pressure. There are some very fine scratches I want to remove, but since it's chrome, your chance of success is pretty low, but at least we'll get it a little shiny, so those scratches are less obvious, right? Gotta trick people. This is what we do. There you go. Okay. Last but not least, gosh, what a mess. Wait a sec. Last but not least, let me first clean up this table here. Gosh. I spent so much time cleaning the camera and my table is so dirty. And the camera is all the time on the table, so that's at the end of the day. Gosh. Okay. Put this aside. Okay, now we're clean again. Get another cotton swab, get a little bit of alcohol. Don't throw on the camera again. There you go. Let's go over this part. Those parts over here, obviously it's a little bit dirty. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. I don't think you need a YouTube video to really do that. But just in case, gonna go over each and every little detail. So just get a cotton ball. Just brush over. And there you go. Oh, great. My wife and my child arrived sooner than expected, so I'm sorry about the noise. So, as I said, those cameras are not collector's items, especially with this bag and with the missing leather and with all those issues. But it's a very good camera to just take out and just have fun with, because at the end of the day, at least in my case, I do like collecting cameras. And if you follow this channel, you're gonna see a lot of Exakta cameras, also some rare stuff that I do own. But I also like to take them out and shoot with them, because at the end of the day, that's what the camera is made for, and it's just a shame if it just stays as a display prop in your home or in your office when you can actually use it. I've shot quite a lot with those EXAs. Obviously, with the shutter speed, you're a little. I mean, it's a little difficult, so you have to always shoot at f8, f9, whatever, if it's bright. But it's nice. I mean, it's a good little camera. It's actually quite perfect. Not this exact one, but in general, EXAs. Good. Let's get those two back. Let's attach them. Let's see what's happened here. Oh yeah, we had quite some dirt in this ball, which is good. It means it worked. So, as you can see, we're able to clean it up pretty good. I'm not quite sure the right one. Was it this one? I think this one could use a little bit of, there's a little scratch here. Let's see if we can remove it. Nope, we can't. All right. Then we just leave it like this. Maybe get your toothbrush again. Go over it one last time. And then go get some water and just clean it up a little bit. Okay. Clean and ready. Make sure they're dry. You don't want them to have water inside, otherwise it will get rusty. But I think we have some pretty good progress here. Which one was left, which one was right? I think they're kind of like the same. Yeah, they are the same. On this model they're the same. On some models they're not. There's some little residue here I wanna clean up. Okay. Good. Let's attach this. Oh, let me see. Yeah, it's the same thing. So one thing you have to be careful about this shutter thing is that there's this very small indentation over here. So basically the screw from this thing on the inside has to touch this indented part, okay? It doesn't have to touch here or here or here. It has to touch this part, because otherwise you won't be able to wind the shutter, okay? So when you assemble it, since the indentation is right here, you have to make sure that the screw is basically facing the indentation. So in this case it would be like this, okay? So just make sure where the indentation is, push it down, then hold it and then put the screw in, okay? This way I'm gonna make sure everything is going to work. Well, let's test it out. All right. Oh yeah, beautiful. Now with this one, it's the same thing. Look for the indentation. In this case, it's on the left side, on the right side actually. So we gotta place our screw right where the indentation is. And of course, by Murphy's law, not gonna be able to put the screwdriver in here. Gosh. Yeah, of course, Murphy's law. So we gotta open it up, rotate it. Let's put it to the back. Okay, there's the indentation. Put the screw here. There you go. And screw it on. Oh yeah, great. That's about it. Alright, once we're done, let's have another look at the camera before we screw on the other parts. If everything is okay, maybe take this one. It's pretty clean, right? So just go over it one last time. Just make sure everything is clean and dandy and shiny. There you go. Because after that we're going to close the camera, and we don't want to do twice the work. I can see this spot here. Yeah, I forgot about this. Let's fix this one. Let's get this one. Let's just go over it like this. You just want things to be as perfect as possible, even if it's just like small details like this, but they add up. Like, if it's only one little detail, nobody will notice, but if you have like 5, 6, 7 little details like this, then it's noticeable. There you go. Like 30 seconds of your time, and it looks so much better. There you go. Done. Okay? Get over this part here. I'm not sure if it's the light or something else, but this seems a little dirty on this side here. Yeah, we completely forgot about this part. So since we just said we want to have things perfect as possible, we're gonna try to take care of this part without ruining the leather, which will be difficult. Usually you remove the leather and then... Is this glue or... Yeah, this is just the metal. I don't know what the English word is, but the metal is just creating those spots. So let's try to at least save it a little bit. Yeah, it's a little better. I'll cut it again. Just like those little things. think for this particular space over here, we could even go with something with like some normal sandpaper. Just fold it and be carefully go over it. And this part over here. Okay, let's see what we did. Okay, and then gonna go over it with this white one, just to have it at least be metal and not black. There you go. Not perfect, but better than it was before. Alright, great. I think this is okay. Then we have this part here too. Now I don't really remember if this is supposed to be black or not. I need to check this one. Wait a sec. Yeah, this is supposed to be black, so we shouldn't really touch this, but we can clean it up a little bit. I think it actually just needs a little bit of alcohol. Let's get a cotton swab and just try to clean this up. Let's see. Yeah, it's losing paint here for whatever reason, which is a very strange place to actually lose paint. Oh no, it's okay. It's fine. But yeah, again, the first models were not very durable. Like the later models, like the Rheinmetall, for example, you can see that this black part is painted much better. It has probably 2 or 3 layers, while on this first edition, it probably has only like one layer of paint, and that's it. Let's get in here, clean this one up. I think I should orientate the camera in a different way next time I make a video, because like half of the time I don't think you're actually seeing what I'm doing. Okay, and I think we're done. Good. Now, clean up my mess. I'm intentionally not using this green matte because it's just too distracting. Each time I watch videos, I'm like, why the fuck are you using this green matte? Like, I want to see the camera. I want to see what's going on. Cool. Do you want to clean the mirror? Nah, not really. It's impossible to save. So we're going to get this one on first. Looks beautiful now. When you attach this, make sure that this little button goes into found my screwdriver, goes into here, into this part over here. Okay, so no, I lied. It goes into here. There you go. Let's see if this is working, because this is releasing the mechanism for the viewfinder. You can see. There you go. And I just see that this is pretty rusty, but I don't think we really want to spend time today on this, and this video is already getting way too long anyway. So let's first yeah, let's get this on. Get the screws in. One. When you put the screws back in, always go like not like, don't do like this and this, but do like this and this. So basically go against, screw it in diagonal, well, whatever, diagonal, well, you know what I mean. Okay, then we go over here. In diagonal, I think it is, no? And last warning for today, don't over tighten those screws. Really be very careful with them. You have no idea how many cameras I've gotten that have broken screws, and it's really a mess to get them out. It's almost actually impossible, you know, unless you have some special tools. Last but not least, let's have a look at this thing here. This one is brass too, I do believe. Yes, it should be brass. So be careful when you're cleaning this. Very light touches. Okay. Do not overdo this. Just make it. Just get those little. Just get the spots out. That's about it. We don't want to over polish this. Because again, if this is golden, it really looks like crap. It's not brass actually. This is different. It gets red, so it should be. Kill me! I have no idea. But it's not. It's not brass. It's not chrome on top either. But on some Exakta cameras, you can apply a lot of force, and it's just metal. But on this particular one, I think it's iron. Well, it shouldn't be iron. Iron should be silverish. Well, anyway, doesn't really matter what it is. Let's put this in place, and after we put it in place, let's see if everything is okay. Can we actually just go over it over here? Because that's usually always creating this little reflection, which is messing up everything. There you go. Maybe the arm a little bit too. Okay. Clean it up. This one to the right side. Let's get some screws. Tighten them just enough to just hold it in place a little bit. Do not tighten them fully now, because we do want to polish up those screws too a little bit. We could have done it actually by hand, but I think it's going to be easier like this. Okay. Let's just go over them. It's a little bit too big. Make this. Just a little bit. Give it some bling bling. There you go. Okay. And the last one. Okay, let's tighten them in. 1, 2, 3. Those ones you can tighten because they're much thicker screws. They're much more heavy duty and they're obviously holding the bayonet in place, so they're made to be tighter. We have 2 more little screws. They go over here. Those are usually the screws which break the easiest, so again, I promise it will be the last time, but one more time, just be careful with those screws. Especially make sure that they're going in horizontally, not... There you go. I don't really tighten them at all. I just stop to tighten when I see the little resistance. Okay, that's it. Last but not least, the last polish only with the white one. Just go over the whole camera again. I think... I have no idea. I'll try to show some before after pictures. It's probably not going to be visible on video anyway, but at least for me, doing it, sitting here and watching it, the difference is night and day. Hopefully it will be on the video too, so you didn't waste like an hour of your time. The only part that we couldn't save is this part over here, those scratches over there. It's just nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. Oh, beautiful. And again, you can go crazy with this 10,000 sandpaper. Is it 10,000 or 20,000? I have no idea, but it's usually for watches, so you can go over leather, you can go over anything you want. It's not going to do any harm. It's just polishing up stuff and make it look nice. All right, and that's it, I guess. We could do the viewfinder very quickly, but it's basically just the same principle: alcohol, and yeah, just the same principle. And of course, my whole alcohol bottle fell down. That was expected. So we gotta make use of it. Gosh, my whole gosh, there's alcohol everywhere. Anyway, second time today. So let's make use of it. Let's get some alcohol again. Let's clean it up. Let's make sure everything is super clean. And I think you can't really see a difference. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, if you like me working on those cameras, and again, if you're an Exakta collector, and especially Exakta or EXA or other Ihagee cameras, it doesn't really matter. If you're collecting, if you're interested in those cameras, then subscribe, because my collection is, I don't know, I have about 150 cameras, and I'm trying to get people know about Exakta cameras, because I think it's one of the most undervalued German brands, which obviously pioneered the DSLR and the TTL and then some other stuff. So it's historically a very important brand, and I would like more people to know about it. So if you do enjoy those cameras, give it a like, subscribe if you want, if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. George out. And I'm gonna close the alcohol bottle.